The real estate sector, we are coming for you guys because you are selling your houses overpricedly.
So have you seen the video of Lagos houses being overpriced? And what do you think about it?
Yeah, yeah, I've seen a lot of it.
Yeah, I saw the video. It's a very interesting conversation that it's happening right now in Nigeria, to be honest.
Pricing needs to have the basics, the factors that you know affect the pricing, the factors on which you will use to determine what price whatever thing is, properties, goods, any item for sale. That's always the case. Now, in the case of Nigeria, okay, what are the factors or the things that determines the price? I've not seen any because from the houses the guy was showing and from the ones I know, especially in Lagos, it just looks to me like people just imagine a price and they put it on the property.
I think it's kind of complicated considering the fact that most people are probably pricing it because of the instability of the naira. But I don't think if it's a good thing because obviously it doesn't help the Nigerian economy.
So now, who do you think is to be blamed? Because real estate has a very large ecosystem, right? We have the investors, we have the builders, and everybody's complaining of the same Nigeria economy. So who do you think is it the brokers that are selling it? Is it the developers? Is it the government? Is it even the client themselves that are buying for that amount? Because I believe if nobody is buying for that amount, they have no choice than to bring it down. So who do you think is to be blamed?
To be honest with you, there is there is no particular person to be blamed. Okay, if the whole system is contaminated, from the people that makes the policy to the last person, maybe the regular that will help you pack cement or carry block. It affects everything that you do on that system. Things are very expensive. So you cannot blame the person that imports and changes his dollar at a very high price. It has to start from the government that makes the policy to support indigenous industrialists, starting from giving them, enough power to power their, companies, factories to produce stuffs and cut out those importing, and we start patronizing.
To be honest, it's a cultural thing. I believe. I don't think if there's any particular person that can be blamed for how it works in Nigeria. People are responsible for what they buy to begin with. People are also responsible for what they put out there in the market, and then people are also responsible for what they build. If you're building rubbish and then you're putting a very high price on it, I don't think if it's fair. If you're selling properties that you know within yourself that it's not well priced, I think it's terrible. And I honestly believe that the Nigerian government can do better. There should be regulations. There should be systems put in place to control issues such as this. It's very important now that this conversation is out there, and I think it's going to help the economy and help the industry as well.
Another thing he mentioned is brokers selling houses in dollar, trying to dollarize the Nigerian economy, and he has a lot of things to say about it. What do you think? You think houses should be sold in dollar in Nigeria?
I think it's not fair. It's very bad for the Nigerian economy. Selling anything in dollars in Nigeria is bad. There should be a system of which either prices can change all the time due to the fluctuation of the naira, or there should be a general ban of any transactions in a foreign currency. The Nigerian naira is supposed to be supported in every economy, in every industry, in real estate, in manufacturing, in industry, and everything. So if we're not doing our own part as real estate brokers, then I don't think we're doing well.
Why are we selling houses in dollars? Is dollars our currency? That is the first part to tell you when I say the system is generally wrong. How do we keep pricing things in dollars? It means naira have no value.
You're a real estate broker here in the UAE, right? How is it done? If you have a client from say the US, UK, wherever, and wants to buy in Dubai, he's coming with his dollars. How do you do? How is it done in Dubai?
Okay, in that sense, that's a very good question. What is expected is that the currency in which you advertise should just be for information purposes. Say, for instance, now you have someone coming from the US coming to the UAE to buy a property. He probably wouldn't be able to understand the dirham, which is the local currency in the UAE. So you would have to explain to him in dollars. But we do not accept a foreign currency. Whatever you've come to purchase from the UAE, you have to buy it in dirhams.
No, you can buy it with dollars. They will take the dollars from you anyways. But if you have a balance, what we call change, if they had to give you change, they will never give it to you in dollars. They will give it to you in dirhams. So, but the thing, why we normally put it in dollars is to make it easy for the person that is trying to do the math to not struggle so much in converting it. We just convert it and give you. But if you're coming here to buy it, everything, the price will be written in dirhams. Even if you bring your dollar, they will take it. If you have any balance remaining, they will give you dirhams.
So in all of these conversations, I've seen people come out to say that developers should develop more affordable houses, low-cost houses in Nigeria, especially in Lagos, to fight the increasing rate of homelessness in Lagos State. But my question is, who should be held responsible, or who should be responsible for providing affordable houses? Is it developers? Is it the government? Because most of these developers, they go into this business to make money. These are private-owned businesses, right? So who should be held responsible? Is it the government? Is it the developer? Or is it even the brokers that are selling at high rates? What do you think?
I'll tell you something that I've learned being in this environment.
Yeah.
What I've learned is the most important thing is to give value first. The problem with our developers in Nigeria is that we don't give any value. People are just worried about how much profit they're going to make. When you're building real estate in Dubai, what you first look at is where the location is. And the location doesn't mean an area. It means what that development is surrounded by. There should be proper communities. You would have a location where you build an estate. In Nigeria, we call them estate. Here, we call them communities. Why? Because communities come with malls, they come with common areas, they come with gyms, even if it's just a building block. So it's very important for our developers to first of all start to give value for what people are selling, or what they are selling at least. The problem with our developers is that they would make whatever they're trying to build and make the most profit out of it. This is the problem that we have.
The thing is that if we start looking at the property values in Nigeria and the prices they tag them, it's a fundamental problem. Because one, we don't have economy. Nigeria doesn't have economy. Okay? So in a country that there is no economy, nothing determines the economy. Or the economy determines the prices of stuffs. But when you don't have the economy, you don't have anything. So anybody can put any price on anything. And secondly, how do you get to monitor the quality of a particular project, a particular property? The things they show as unique selling points of projects, of properties, are like the basics you get in a place you're living. And even, it's not even up to the basics, because you don't have water, you're digging a borehole, drilling a borehole, you don't have light, you're using a generator, or you're using a solar. So even the basics are gone. You don't have road. And then you're buying a property of millions of dollars in Nigeria. Like, I don't know how to make it make sense, but there is no way to it that will make sense.
Now, one other thing he said in that video is, if I'm quoting, he said Nigeria houses are like hostel. So I think he's talking about the structure and all. Do you think, let's say, a $10 million house here in Dubai, with whatever that will be in it, do you think we can use to compare a $10 million house in Nigeria? Say in Lekki, in Ikoyi, wherever. Is it
I
possible?
think it's all about perspective. The thing that is going on online, and the person who's complaining about it doesn't understand, is prices per square foot are different from place to place.
Okay.
The price per square foot in New York is different for price per square foot in, say, for instance, Texas, or New Orleans, or Miami. The prices are all different. So depending on the location, I wouldn't judge someone who says is $1 or $10 million house is a different size from a $10 million house in the US. US is a very big place. I'll promise you, a $10 million house in New York is definitely not the same size as a $10 million house in, say, Texas. That's definitely not the same. So it's not fair to compare that way. However, just like I said, the business in Nigeria and the business in the UAE is very different. The value you get here in the UAE is that they actually build communities. When you buy a property here, you're not just buying it for yourself. You're buying it for long term, or say for instance for the shortest possible time that you can be able to make profit. If you buy a property now for say $10 million, you will expect to at least make 30% of that value in the next 2 to 5 years. This is how we calculate. We don't just sell the property and say, okay, it's a beautiful house, and then you can just buy it. It has to have value for us.
Houses in Nigeria are nothing to write home about now. Student hostel is another statement. There is nothing that gives you benefit of buying a house. The major thing about buying something, okay, getting ownership of something is what you gain from buying it, the benefit. So what we pitch to clients is the benefit of buying a property in Dubai. Now, when you take a look at this view, you cannot compare it. You cannot quantify it. If you look at how neat the apartment is, the penthouse is, how the planning and the thought that was put into it to structure it, you cannot compare it. Okay? So how can you start comparing what people do in Nigeria? If you see anything like this in Nigeria, probably they will sell it maybe $100 million. Now, it's the benefit of what you're buying, not actually the price you're buying it. Most people don't care about the money. That's what you need to understand. People don't care about the money. People care about their benefit, how it makes them feel. Yeah, and those are stuffs you cannot actually put price on. That's the main thing. Now, look at what 8.8 million will buy you in Dubai. Take a look. Let's go. So you will see what $8.8 million will get you in Dubai. Actually, in dirhams, is 31.750 million dirhams. It is marvelous. Starting from that view. And then